Welcome back to Crazy Gamers Games and Model Making. This is another in my line of updates for the Bergepanther, the German recovery tank. So I'm putting on some side panels. I got the back compartment for the engine compartment, the two watertight compartments, and I have one of the side panels with some racks and stuff on it. I glued this on. I had a lot of difficulty with this. This should have been put on before the road wheels were put on and before this was painted underneath. I could have primed these pieces, glued them together, and then sprayed all of this with the dark yellow after it was assembled and gotten better joints. It's hard to do the entire interior with the primer or the red brown, the German red brown, and still get the torsion bars black and the transmission also. But I do think you can glue on these side panels to these top side panels to the actual side panels before you glue them to the vehicle. In the next build of a Panzer type vehicle that has this same structure, I'm going to try that. I am definitely going to engineer a way to do this better. But leaving the wheels off, that was a mistake. I should have never glued them on. I was planning on doing the tracks and putting the tracks on. But there's too much going on with the interior and things like that. So I have the engine. It's not glued down because I'm not sure if I want to leave it out. This comes with a crane mount. I might have it hanging from the crane and just close up the back. But this is the panel I have to put on. So it basically, it slots in here. It's a good fit. I had to scrape away the paint on it in order for it to fit good. And it just clicks right in. I'll tell you, this one clicked in way better than the last one. Coming a little closer. And you can see, you want to make sure down there there's a weld seam in there that you want to line up. And then you want to line up all these tabs. And then I'll just touch up the paint where needed. But that's this. And then I'm going to pick out all these boxes, different colors, pick out the straps, because that seems to be easier to do than painting each thing individually, scraping the paint off, and then trying to glue it down. So, and then I have these supposed to be black rubber hoses. I painted them Vallejo black, and then I dry brushed them with the Tamiya sky gray, and then I'll put that green military wash. And I'm also going to use some of the AK True Metal Steel paint to paint all the metal bands that hold the piping on. And then we come to the ducted air system, the radiator system, or bringing the ducted air in. So these pieces, they fit in here like this. Assuming it's going to go the other way. It goes on there like that. And like that. I cut all the pieces out. There's only one way to do it. And then you're going to put in this section, but it's going to sit up high. And you're going to put in this one here and this one here. So it's going to bring it up high above the top of the tank vehicle. And then I have the front bulkhead riser that I painted, and that is going to, I believe it clicks in here. This is going to click in there. It is going to be a tight fit because there are tabs here that go inside of the hull. So you just have to twist it a little sideways, pop it in. I still have to scratch away some paint there so it's a better fit. And then I have the drivetrain. I painted it German gray, Vallejo German gray, and then I've dry brushed it again with the sky gray from Tamiya, and it will. I have it going down the right way. just drop. It'll drop in this way. It will drop in. It's easier to do it before you put the engine in, and the engine will come out, as I said. I believe I'm just going to temporarily glue the engine in with either some canopy glue or this micro liquid tape, which is just a temporary tack adhesive that you can just replace, or you can leave it on and just blow some extra thin over it, and it will eat that away and glue your plastic together. And then we have some mounts for stuff. I'm not quite sure what these mounts are for. I'm sure we will find out later. And that's where we're at. I still have not tackled the tracks. I have them cut out. Some of them have been cleaned up. A tip though on the tracks. When you cut off all the sprue gates that are holding the guide horns on after you glue them, do it on the sprue. Do not cut them out individually and then try to do it. It's a nightmare. I learned that the hard way, and then I was like, I'm going to do it on the sprue, and it worked out fantastic. So I was even able to clean them up while on the sprue. So this track set is ready to go and to be glued once I cut it off and clean up the edges, which I may even clean up the edges after the track is all assembled. But it does give you the track guides for that. That will be in a separate video upcoming when I want to deal with that part. So, and then finally at the end of this area we have some little holes down here that the idler wheel pieces fit in. And I'm going to leave these off for right now because I find getting the idler wheel in while that's in place, it bends this back wheel out of alignment. So I'm just going to put the idler wheel onto this axle, paint it, and then paint it and weather it, and then just stick it in there like that, and then we'll be able to put the track on, because the track's going to be in two pieces. It does say to put the track on before you fit these side pieces, but the way I'm making the track in two sections, a little bit different than the instructions, I'll be able to get the track on with these side panels on. So, and also not gluing on the gear wheel, gear sprocket, drive sprocket, because that's going to help aid me with putting the tracks in place. But that's going to call it for this video. This is how far we've gotten in this. Be on the lookout. There's going to be one more review coming up for you guys to choose for which vehicle or aircraft I choose for the Build Along series. And one more review coming out either today or tomorrow. And then voting is going to be opened up in a few days. And you guys get to pick what you want to see me build on the channel. That's going to be it for today. For Crazy Gamers Games and Model Making, I'm the Crazy Gamer. You guys have a great day.